If you're looking for a good laugh while navigating the wild world of fitness, you're in the right place. We all know that starting a fitness journey is like hopping on a hype train. Everyone's pumped, the energy is high, and the possibilities seem endless. But let's be real, staying on track is a whole other story. Stick around, because we're diving into the hilarious, the relatable, and the downright ridiculous aspects of trying to get fit. Trust me, you won't want to miss it.
If you've ever struggled with losing weight and being on a plan and fallen off the deep end on it for whatever reason, then you're going to want to watch this video. And if you guys are aware that I'm the type of coach that when we work with our clients, I tend to want to kick their asses more than kiss them, because I feel that's what's going to work best. A lot of people are hiring a coach for a certain reason. So I want to be that reason in the right way, because the vast majority of the benefits of this, any type of fitness program, starts psychologically. You have to be in a right place, and you have to be able to cling to those reasons as to why you're doing this in the first place. Because if your reason isn't strong enough, you're going to blow it off, much like some of the stuff that we've seen in this video here. I call it the why. And the why is when you are at your absolute worst and your emotions are fueling that feeling that you have about why you're looking the way that you're looking, or why your health isn't as good as it should be. It's that feeling that has to transcend all the excuses and all the obstacles. It's something that you've got to create mentally. And I would suggest that you share your why with other people. And the most important thing is to write down your why. Because when you start changing things from the subconscious mind to the conscious mind, it becomes a reality, it becomes a truth, it becomes a level of accountability. You need to hear yourself and see yourself why you're doing this. And if you can find your why, and that's going to be different for everybody. It may just be that you're sick and tired of looking like the way that you're looking, or your health is starting to fail, or you've been to your doctor and they said, hey, listen, you need to do something about this. This is the feeling that you've got to capture. It's the why. It's during those periods of time where life's going to give you a kicking, and it will, and you want to jump on doing the stuff that led you to this problem in the first place, with eating poorly and all of those things that led you to where you are now. It's going to be that why. Turn that why into a mantra, a short little sentence that you can say to yourself that spurs that reasoning. I use mine, I borrowed it. Feel free to borrow anybody else's mantra, because if it resonates with you, then those are the words that you need to say to yourself when you're feeling like crap and you're second guessing your results and you don't want to do the stuff that you know you should. You repeat your mantra to yourself a few times, and that will trigger your why. And mine is, and like I said, I stole this from one of the Peloton instructors. She said, I am, I can, I will, I do. So when I get those feelings where it's like, you know what? I don't feel like doing this shit. And then I will say to myself, it'll key it. The I am, I can, I will, I do. I remember when I was well over 300 pounds and having the doctor tell me, hey, listen, you got to do something about this. Fatty liver, sleep apnea, high blood pressure, pain on my joints. And it's not like I haven't known this all along. I've been in the fitness business for over 40 flipping years. But you know what happened? I didn't cling to my why.
New year, new you? Nah, new excuses. We've all been there, right? The year starts and we're like Rocky Balboa at the top of those steps, feeling like we can conquer the world. This is my year. I'm gonna be shredded. But then life hits you with a right hook. Suddenly that salad looks sad, and that treadmill? Straight up torture device. And the excuses? Oh man, the excuses start rolling in like unpaid parking tickets. You wouldn't believe the funny, crazy, and downright ridiculous reasons people come up with to ditch their fitness goals.
Lifestyle changes. Here's a big one. Whenever clients would contact us initially and we'll have the chance to do a consultation, they'll often surrender at that point that they've tried everything else, or they've done one type of diet. I did keto, I did carnivore, I did the zone diet, whatever it is. And that's when I'll ask them, well, how did you do? How did it go? They say, I lost weight for a bit, and then, it's at that point where it's, where I just jump in there and say, hey, listen, why did you stop? And that's usually at the point where it catches everyone off guard, and because you don't want to admit to yourself too much that, hey, I got lazy, or this was too hard, or I wasn't seeing the benefit. But you don't want to acknowledge it. And you want to acknowledge the fact that you've tried everything, yet nothing has worked, but you've literally, up to this point, given up on everything. Is that not suspect? That takes us back to the why that we have to surrender to as to what's motivating you to do this. And the biggest thing that people don't really want to seem to come to terms with is having to change their lifestyle. The way that you have got to where that you have gotten to, where you're out of shape, I'm assuming that you want to improve in a lot of aspects with health, with fitness, with whatever the case is, but you're not willing to accept the fact that the shit that you've dealt all along is what led you in this position to be in now. It's not a Band-Aid solution. This isn't something that you can look at and think, okay, now I've dropped the 10, 20, whatever, 50 pounds, and then think that you can now go back to doing what you were doing. It's just going to come back again. And if you're the type of person that has lost weight and gained weight back and lost weight, I'm guilty as hell.
You know that feeling when you're on day 3 of eating clean and you smell a pizza? It's calling your name. That cheesy, gooey goodness is like a siren song. And let's be real, sometimes that siren song is just too strong. You're like, okay, 1 slice won't hurt. Famous last words, my friend. 1 slice turns into 2, then the whole box, and boom, your fitness goals are out the window, replaced by a food coma and a side of regret. That 5 a.m. alarm goes off, and your eyelids are like, nope, we haven't finished downloading the dream yet. You're supposed to be hitting the gym, feeling the burn, but your bed is like a warm hug from your grandma, and that treadmill ain't going nowhere. So you hit snooze, tell yourself you'll work out later, you won't, and snuggle back into that blissful sleep. Chapter 3. The Where Are My Abs? Impatience. You've been eating your veggies, sweating it out, and resisting the siren song of junk food. You're expecting to see a six-pack chiseled by the gods themselves, but then you look in the mirror and nothing. Your reflection is like, dude, I had a salad yesterday, give me a break. And that's when the frustration sets in. You're like, this is taking too long, I'm out. Chapter 4. The Gym Intimidation Factor. You walk into the gym, and it's like walking onto the set of a fitness commercial. Everyone's ripped, lifting weights heavier than your car, and wearing clothes that look like they cost more than your rent. You're just trying to find the treadmill without tripping over your own feet, and everyone's looking at you like, you lost, buddy. It's enough to make you want to turn around and walk right back out straight into the comforting arms of your couch. Chapter 5. The Netflix and Chill Triumph. Let's be real, sometimes the couch calls louder than the gym. That new season of your favorite show just dropped, and you're hooked. Who needs to work on their fitness when you can binge watch a whole season in one sitting, right? So you trade in your workout clothes for your comfiest pajamas, grab a bag of chips, or 3, and settle in for a marathon viewing session. Just 1 episode, you tell yourself, but we all know how that story ends.
Another big reason why people quit and just give up is they have unrealistic expectations. You have it in your head that you need to lose 50 pounds. And somehow you've attached some level of urgency to it, although you spent most of your life looking like crap or getting to the point where you need to lose 50 pounds, and now all of a sudden you want it gone forever. And if that progress doesn't come as quick as you like, well, screw this. I'm just going to go back to doing nothing. Progress is progress, no matter how slow. It just means that you're getting that much closer to your goal. We saw one of the videos who made fun of dumb Daryl when he jumped on the scale and he yelled out to Antonella. He said, I said, I'm only down 0.2 pounds. And Antonella says, yeah, Daryl, but it's been like 3 days. Because at some point you have this expectation that I've got to lose this, I've got to lose that. Our goal as coaches, if you follow along with us, is going to be to lose roughly 1% of your body weight per week. And for most people, that's about 1 to 2 pounds. But if you look at jumping on the scale and being down 0.2, oh, it's no big deal. And then another 0.2 and another 0.2 and so on and so forth. When you string together a bunch of small victories, you get a huge victory. But it didn't seem like that at the time because it was only a little bit. It was only a little bit. And we've got this end goal in our head that somehow we were going to get from one end to the other end of the spectrum, but there wouldn't be that shitload of time in between. Like we become this Amazon generation where we want stuff yesterday. And that's fine. You can have it quick. But quick might mean a year. Oh my God, a year. I'm going to invest a year of my life into doing this. You got to invest the rest of your life into doing this. Because the goal isn't to lose 100 pounds or 50 pounds or 20 pounds. That's not the goal. The goal is to sustain a 20-pound weight loss or sustain a 50-pound weight loss. I've lost well over 100 pounds, but did I sustain it? No. I've done it a couple of times. So I'm like, who's the idiot here? Me. Because part of this thing is changing your lifestyle so you know that this is the way things are going to be forever going forward. And it doesn't have to be so militant that you're not enjoying life. It's finding that balance between complete garbage and being a fitness person 24/7, 365. You can have a middle ground. And we're going to show you how to get there.
Outtro, keep it real, keep it funny. Look, we've all been there, right? The struggle to stay motivated is real. But here's the thing, fitness doesn't have to be a chore. Find what works for you, even if it's dancing around your living room with a broom like a rock star. Don't take it too seriously, and remember to laugh at yourself along the way. The point is, every little bit counts. So what if you ate a whole pizza? Tomorrow's a new day. Just try to squeeze in a few jumping jacks between episodes. Who knows, you might even enjoy it. Or not. But hey, at least you can say you tried.
Okay, come here. I'm going to tell you the most important reason why you haven't been getting the results that you want. And you haven't been able to stick with the program or a fitness routine. This is going to be the biggest tip that I can give you. The problem is you. We have to start looking at things a little bit differently. Because life is going to throw us shit every single chance it gets, and that's just life. You got to learn to deal with these adversities. You have to learn to cling to your why. You have to realize what your goal is, and that progress is still progress, no matter how slow it goes. You're still heading in the right direction. But the biggest thing that's going to screw you up in this plan is you. 99% of the time, it's not the problem with the plan. It's the problem with the person in the plan not doing what it says or cutting corners or not kind of following the advice 100%. And for the life of me, people still think that they can go and out-exercise a shitty diet. You're not going to burn enough calories doing cardio as you'll come home and think, oh, I owe it to myself because I worked out. I'm going to have donuts or pizza or whatever the case. You just blew the exercise out the window. You know, it can't work like this. So a true coaching program helps you get through these hurdles, helps you get through the adversity. You learn what your triggers are and what alternate things it is that you can do to keep yourself back on track and get yourself back on track. If you enjoy our videos, please like, please comment, please subscribe. Got to give a shout out to my boy Derek from Hard Gear. Gave me this nice shirt. I'm going to throw the link in the description if you want to support him. He's been in the trenches with us for a long time, 40 years or more. Look him up. And if you like our videos, check out this one.